Hello, friends, and welcome back to another episode of the Juicebox Podcast.
Hi, I'm Hannah, and I am the mom of a 4-year-old with type 1 diabetes. She was diagnosed a couple months before her 3rd birthday.
I am here to tell you about Juice Cruise 2026. We will be departing from Miami on June 21st, 2026 for a 7-night trip going to the Caribbean. That's right, we're going to leave Miami and then stop at Coco Cay in the Bahamas. After that, it's on to St. Kitts, St. Thomas, and a beautiful cruise through the Virgin Islands. The first Juice Cruise was awesome. The second one's going to be bigger, better, and bolder. This is your opportunity to relax while making lifelong friends who have type 1 diabetes. Expand your community and your knowledge on Juice Cruise 2026. Learn more right now at juiceboxpodcast.com/juicecruise. At that link, you'll also find photographs from the first cruise. Please don't forget that nothing you hear on the Juicebox Podcast should be considered advice, medical or otherwise. Always consult a physician before making any changes to your healthcare plan or becoming bold with insulin. Today's episode is sponsored by the Tandem Mobi system with Control-IQ Plus technology. If you are looking for the only system with auto bolus, multiple wear options, and full control from your personal iPhone, you're looking for Tandem's newest pump and algorithm. Use my link to support the podcast, tandemdiabetes.com/juicebox. Check it out. This episode of the Juicebox Podcast is sponsored by the Dexcom G7, the same CGM that my daughter wears. Check it out now at dexcom.com/juicebox.
Hi, I'm Hannah, and I am the mom of a 4-year-old with type 1 diabetes. She was diagnosed a couple months before her 3rd birthday.
Do you have any other kids?
I do. My son, he just turned 2 last month.
Oh, I thought you were going to say older for some reason.
Nope. It was a nice shock to be with my daughter in the hospital with my 10-month-old. Like, I'm sorry, what now? Diabetes?
You were holding a 10-month-old while the doctor was talking to you about diabetes for your 3-year-old? Yeah. You're like, oh, this is good.
Yep.
We've made a lot of good decisions. Things are really coming together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, like, I kind of knew that was what was coming, but I was also like, this isn't real.
How did you know?
I have a medical background, and I also had noticed some concerning things like over like the year before that. But I would just chalk it up to like, oh, she's just not feeling well right now. Or I don't know, maybe just something wonky with toddlers. This is my first kid. So what do I know?
This probably happens. What kind of things do you recall?
So she would just like randomly throw up, like just literally out of nowhere. She'd be like jumping around and then just puke. Or like one time my husband was taking her to the aquarium and she was riding in the backseat and then all of a sudden just like vomited like so much. And he took her home thinking she was sick, but she didn't have a fever or anything. And she was just like, I feel fine. And I know now, like when she threw up those times, like she had recently eaten a ton of fruit. So she probably just had like crazy high blood sugar and her body was just trying to get it out.
Oh, it's interesting. Oh, if she'd have waited a little longer, she could have chummed at the aquarium. They would have loved that.
I know. Yeah. She would wake up from naps like inconsolable until she had like an ice pop or some fruit or something. And I think she was having like a really bad low, but we didn't know then. Oh, didn't even know to check.
Hannah, that's heartbreaking.
Yeah. It was not easy. Not easy for her, that's for sure.
No, of course not. But even just talking about it is kind of soul crushing.
A little bit.
Am I going to be all emotional today? Okay, well, let's find out, I guess, because like,
yeah, we'll see.
You're talking about it. I'm like, oh no, this is horrible. I don't want to cry today. I have to record twice today. I can't be crying. Oh my gosh. So other autoimmune stuff in your family or no?
Yes, like rampant on both sides of our family. So I have vitiligo. One of my sisters has Hashimoto's. My mom has thyroid issues. Another sister has POTS. My father-in-law has myasthenia gravis. And my sister-in-law has MS.
My what?
Myasthenia gravis.
Okay. What is?
It's a neurodegenerative autoimmune disease. Basically causes like muscle weakness.
Okay. You didn't just want to see if I could spell it? I don't think I came anywhere close to it, but I'm going to find out right now.
It'll probably pop up.
The user's asking about this, but there seems like there might be a typo. You think so? Let's see what it comes up. How does that affect him?
So he has to take prednisone like constantly. He gets like really weak, can't like lift anything. So
jeez.
He first realized it because like his eyelids started drooping. And so we went in to have that checked out, like, oh, am I having a stroke or something? And then found out that it was that.
Oh, my gosh. And you and your then boyfriend were just awesomely attracted to each other. Like, I think we could make a baby with type 1 if we try. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. That's exactly how it happened.
Where's your vitiligo at? Is it like visible or is it like widespread or in smaller places?
Yeah. So I started getting spots of it when I was maybe 5 or 6. And it's definitely like slowed down as I have aged, but it's all over. And mine is the type that's mirrored. So if it's on one side of my body, it's in the same place on the other side. So lots of like elbows, hips.
I didn't realize that did that. So some people have mirrored vitiligo and some people don't?
Yes. Yeah.
Can I say something ridiculous?
Sure.
At least it's symmetrical, right? That's probably helpful. No?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it doesn't really have any
impact
either way. I've just, I've had it forever, 30 some years. So
not a thing you think about.
Yeah, I don't think about it at all. And when people notice it, I'm like surprised that they even notice.
Because you've forgotten about it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is it on your face at all?
It is, yeah, but very minimal.
Okay. Oh. And when you were choosing this boy, did you know, like, I have an autoimmune issue, so do all my sisters and my mom, and now he has someone his size, we shouldn't do that? Is that even, I know this isn't a thing you thought about, but I just not at all, right? Like, it's not a thing you would have ever considered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, honestly, like when we got together, like I knew his sister had MS. His dad had not been diagnosed with myasthenia gravis yet, but it was just like not something I considered at all.
Yeah.
I didn't really fully understand like the genetic components of autoimmune diseases at that point. But I mean, like when we were in the ER and the doctor was telling us, hey, she has type 1 diabetes. He had asked the same question, like, do you have other things in your family? Yeah. He even said, I see you have vitiligo. What else is going on, like medical history wise? And then he was like, yeah, unfortunately, like this tracks, and she pulled the type 1 stick. Right, so
exactly. I listen, would it overrule love when I was in my 20s? I know it wouldn't have. Like if you said, you know what I mean? Like if you're busy running around having a good time and you're like, I love this person. And, you're like, we're going to get married and have children. It's going to be wonderful. And somebody said, they have a higher chance of having, here's a list of things. You'd be like, it's okay. Love will conquer all. 20, 30 years later, I don't know. Like,
yeah,
maybe I would have just been like, all right, Kelly, we've had a good time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the mix of us isn't going to go well. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's super interesting is that I've always known that I wanted kids, but my husband didn't really want them previously, and then like realized later on, maybe I do want kids.
After you told him he wanted kids, he understood that he wanted kids?
Kind of. It was more like I knew that I didn't want kids with the people I was with before.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
That like being serious, that makes a lot of sense. Like, why would you have that feeling if the people you're with were like, it was uncomfortable somehow?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you explain it to him in your underwear or did you talk to him about it at dinner?
No.
How did you trick him exactly?
We worked together and we had both recently been divorced, and it was like right before COVID times, honestly.
Oh, this is all very fresh. This is a very new relationship.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
But we had been friends for a bit because we worked together. But we had both recently been divorced and he needed a new place to live and I had an extra room. So I was like, hey, we can be roommates, and, because we were good friends. And then the world shut down and we realized that it was a different relationship than we initially thought.
You didn't have that feeling, like you weren't, honestly, when you told him to move in, you weren't like, this could work into something. You weren't thinking that?
No, not at all.
You didn't think that? No, but what about him? He's a boy. He thought he was going to try to have sex with you at some point.
Well, no, actually.
Really?
So
what kind of a self-respecting boy wouldn't have that thought? No, go ahead.
I guess maybe, I don't know, but I'm queer and I had been divorced from a woman. And so I don't think it even crossed his mind.
Okay. He's like, yeah, this is a completely safe place for me. She is going to fight me off with a stick. I got you. Right. Well, then what happened here? Is he just so masculine it overcame everything?
No, he has like very lesbian energy. I tell everybody that. He's a very like gentle soul, just like a really kind person.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, it's nice.
Does he brag to people that he turned you?
Oh, no, not at all. No, not really. He makes jokes about it to me sometimes, but not anybody else.
It's a hell of a flex, though, don't you think?
I mean, I guess.
I don't know why you're not thinking about it the way I'm thinking about it. I know he's telling all of his friends, he's like, here's what happened. She saw my penis and she was like, I guess I'm not gay anymore.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
Was that for the penis?
It was like I don't know. I don't even have an answer to that.
So, all right, we got to get past this, but I want to understand before, like, did you, like, I don't understand all the words. So did you consider yourself bi while you were with the girl you were married to?
Yeah.
Did? Okay.
Yeah. I prefer the word queer, but bi, pan, whatever, it's all the same.
Can you tell me why you prefer that word over the other?
When I hear the word like bisexual, I think like man or woman. And queer is more like all encompassing of all genders. And I like me personally, I'm attracted to personalities.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter to you what the gender is.
Right. Yeah. Or the gender identity doesn't.
Gotcha. Okay.
Does not bother me, whatever it is.
I think it's interesting when, there are words that I would imagine that most people would hear and go, do they not all mean the same thing?
Right.
For you, no. So like, let's understand what they mean. Okay. So this boy somehow tricks you and then ruins your life by making you pregnant twice. Tell me a little bit about, like, even though there's illness in your family, right? Like people are taking medications, there's still pills, right? Like you're not injecting things and so on and so forth. Like what was the shift like, especially coming out of like, it just occurs to me that like you get together, COVID, you have a lot of big shifts in your life, right? You end up married. You're like, yeah, I'm going to have a baby. He didn't think he was going to have one. You thought you were. Here's the baby. This all starts happening inside of a couple of years. Like, what's the shift like for you, like psychologically, I guess?
I mean, it was definitely tough on us, tougher on my husband, I think, because I grew up knowing someone who had type 1.
Oh.
While I obviously didn't understand like all of the intricacies of it, I at least knew like, okay, she's going to be okay. Like this guy is perfectly fine, healthy now, has his own kid, like he has a very successful job, like she's going to be okay. Mm-hmm. And because I had the medical background too, I'm like, I can figure this out. Like we can figure out how to dose her correctly. Like we'll get it together. But my husband really doesn't have much experience with medical stuff. So it was definitely more of a shock to him.
He was shocked more so. You described him as having lesbian energy. So is he a very emotional person? You can manage diabetes confidently with the powerfully simple Dexcom G7. Dexcom.com/juicebox. The Dexcom G7 is the CGM that my daughter is wearing. The G7 is a simple CGM system that delivers real-time glucose numbers to your smartphone or smartwatch. The G7 is made for all types of diabetes, type 1 and type 2, but also people experiencing gestational diabetes. The Dexcom G7 can help you spend more time in range, which is proven to lower A1C. The more time you spend in range, the better and healthier you feel. And with the Dexcom Clarity app, you can track your glucose trends, and the app will also provide you with a projected A1C in as little as 2 weeks. If you're looking for clarity around your diabetes, you're looking for Dexcom. Dexcom.com/juicebox. When you use my link, you're supporting the podcast. Dexcom.com/juicebox. Head over there now. This episode is sponsored by Tandem Diabetes Care, and today I'm going to tell you about Tandem's newest pump and algorithm. The Tandem Mobi system with Control-IQ Plus technology features Auto Bolus, which can cover missed meal boluses and help prevent hyperglycemia. It has a dedicated sleep activity setting and is controlled from your personal iPhone. Tandem will help you to check your benefits today through my link, tandemdiabetes.com/juicebox. This is going to help you to get started with Tandem's smallest pump yet, that's powered by its best algorithm ever. Control IQ Plus technology helps to keep blood sugars in range by predicting glucose levels 30 minutes ahead, and it adjusts insulin accordingly. You can wear the Tandem Mobi in a number of ways. Wear it on body with a patch-like adhesive sleeve that is sold separately, clip it discreetly to your clothing, or slip it into your pocket. Head now to my link, tandemdiabetes.com/juicebox to check out your benefits and get started today.
Yeah.
Do you think it hit him on that level? Or do you think...
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. And the nuts and bolts of like, how do we manage this was off-putting too. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, he's very like private when it comes to like being outwardly emotional. Like it really only happens like in the confines of our home. But like for me, like we go to a Breakthrough T1D walk and I'm like crying when we get in the parking lot. Because I'm just like, oh, these people. We all understand.
And he's not going to cry in the parking lot.
No.
Later when you get
he'll
home.
get home and just be like, I'm so sad for her.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So does the care fall to you mainly then after the diagnosis?
No, actually. My husband is a stay-at-home dad, much like you were.
Oh.
Yeah. So he had to get with it like right away. And honestly, like he was amazing with it. Like from the beginning, like kept it together with her and like was able to get her to calm down enough to, get her shot before she ate. And it was tough for him, but he held it together like so well.
Yeah.
I like the data part. So like I'm on Tandem Source a lot, was on Clarity before we were on the pump, just to like figure stuff out. And I'm like constantly tinkering with settings and everything, but like he's the one who handles like 90% of the care. Like he does overnights if there's lows. He obviously is all day managing it. So yeah.
Okay. Hey, do I have lesbian energy? Is that why you like me?
Maybe a little bit.
Really? I mean, I just figured like I was also a stay-at-home dad for a long time. There was an awesome, I know I've said this before, but there was an awesome thread on Yahoo arguing if I was gay or not after I wrote my book. It was fantastic.
Well, I thought my husband was gay when I first met him. So, there's some similarities here.
I swear to God. I write this book about being a stay-at-home dad, right? I get some media around it, which is not easy to accomplish. And I end up on Katie Couric's show. And then they repurposed the show as a post and it got on Yahoo. And it made it to the front page of Yahoo back when that really meant something. And the book boomed from that. Yeah. So we couldn't figure out why my book that was selling fine was all of a sudden selling so well. And then so we started Googling and trying to figure it out. And then one day we found this Yahoo post. And my wife's sitting on the sofa and she goes, hey, there's a lot of comments on this post. And she dug into it. She goes, oh, I see what's happening here. And I said, what's going on? She goes, half of these people think you're emotional and connected and a good dad. And the other half definitely think you're closeted and that I should know that I'm married to a gay guy. And so while they're arguing, some of the people are going and buying the book. So I was like, awesome.
Of course.
Yeah, it was great. It's the first time I learned about that. Like, I didn't really, that's not a thing I understood until I saw it happen there. And then people be like, oh, are you sad that people are talking about you like this? I was like, no, I hope they keep doing it. I was like, I don't hear them. And I do want the book to sell. So anyway, I just wanted to try to figure out what lesbian energy means. What is it? But we'll figure it out as we go.
Yeah.
So is the kid, sorry, your daughter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The kid, that kid you made. That's not how
that's fine.
That's not how I meant it. But pumping CGM, how do you manage it today?
Yeah. Yeah. So back in August, it's June now, right? Yeah. That is when she started on a pump. So it was MDI before that. But she's been on the G7 since about a week after diagnosis. Okay. And she's on the Mobi.
Oh, okay. How do you like that?
Oh, I love it. Her last A1C was just on Monday, 6.2.
Hey, congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. I was very excited.
Hold on. Speaking of daughters, mine's texting me. I am recording. What's up? People tell me they miss when Arden used to like text from school about her boluses. I don't know how to tell you. She doesn't text me about her boluses anymore. So.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. Okay, so you like the Mobi's the first pump she's ever had?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
We were debating between the Mobi and the Omnipod 5 because at that time it was not approved for her age. Mm-hmm. But after I did like a ton of research, I was like, you know what, I really want to try this. And we luckily have an absolutely wonderful, excellent endocrinologist. And she was like,
let's give
if
it a
you
whirl.
want to be experimental, like I will fight for you. Let's get it and let's try it. She didn't have anybody else that was on that pump, but she was like, we'll figure it out. And the diabetes educator that we have, she is also type 1 herself, and she had been on an Omnipod, but she was like, you know what, I'm going to test out the Mobi before you come in, just so I can like have something to
perspective.
Contribute in terms of like self-management. And so she tried it out for like 3 weeks before we went in for our appointment to learn how to use the pump and put up, all the settings and everything. And it was just great.
Good.
It was
That's
a great
awesome.
experience. Yeah.
Well, listen, for the people listening, no matter what side of this you fall on, it's omnipod.com/juicebox or tandemdiabetes.com/juicebox. Just, I don't care which one you get. Just use my link.
Yeah.
That's the world we live in now, kids. You got to click on those links or Scotty's not making this podcast. Awesome. So I'm glad you found something you like so quickly. That's fantastic. Yeah. Did you do the software update recently?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What did that change, if anything?
So it has really helped with trickier foods like pizza, or like she loves ramen, which is just the death of me. But like the other day, we were able to do a much longer extended bolus. We could do one for 5 hours to
get on top of something.
Get on top of something. Yeah. And she had like a little mini personal pizza, and she didn't get above 124.
Well, that's awesome. Isn't that great?
Yeah, amazing.
I think all the AID systems should maybe rethink the fact that there's a need for extended boluses or, you know, that kind of stuff. Split boluses, whatever you want to call them. Mm-hmm. Those are valuable tools that for some reason, some people were just like, oh, I guess we don't need this anymore because it's automated. I'm like, I don't think you're thinking this through, but I assume they'll all get to that position again. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. So how does she handle having diabetes? She's so little.
Definitely in the first few months, there was some resistance, but honestly, she's been a real trooper through the whole thing. Very occasionally we'll get times where like she doesn't want to wait for a snack or something. And so she's just like, why can't I be normal? I don't want diabetes. And then 2 seconds later, she's like, I love having diabetes. So it's very interesting. But I mean, she handles site changes really well. Her Dexcom changes she handles well. The worst part, honestly, is taking stuff off of her. She hates having things removed.
Yeah.
But she does great. The first thing she tells everybody is like, hi, my name is Jude and I have type 1 diabetes. And she'll then explain what happened to her pancreas and how she needs insulin because her body doesn't make it.
No kidding. That's awesome.
It's really great, actually.
Do people respond and go, hey, Jude? Because that's what I would do. I'd be like,
yes, they do.
Yeah, of course, right? Everyone says, hey, Jude to her. No?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Did you name her after the Beatles song?
Yes.
Did you? Oh,
our son is named after a Beatles song as well.
His name's Let It Be?
No, his name is Maxwell.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 36.
Who seeded the Beatles into you?
My aunt and my mom.
No kidding. That's awesome. I forced the Beatles on my kids at an appropriate time so that they would appreciate it.
Yeah.
I think I've talked my kids into believing, but I've told them before, I'm like, really think about it. Like right now today, a Beatles song comes on the radio. Everybody can sing it. Mm-hmm. Right. Billy Joel almost falls into this like
yeah,
space,
totally.
Right. This space too. And I said, like, pick a popular song from this year. And yeah, I think the first time we started talking about it like this, like Meek Mill was huge one summer. Mm-hmm. I said, Cole, if 50 years from now you are singing a Meek Mill song, dig me up and tell me because I want to know. I was like, because I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's something like, I don't know what it is, if it's like when it happened or how different it was or how widespread it was, or it was because nobody had access to anything else at the time. You know, like it was just, but It doesn't explain why a 34-year-old would name both of her kids after a Beatles song so many years after those songs were written. Like, there's got to be something special about them that I don't know if you can quantify it or not.
Yeah.
The husband agreed with all this, or was he like, I have a Slayer song I want to name them after?
No, he's a big Beatles fan too, so it was perfect.
It really is. So you guys just sat around, listened to music during COVID, and fell in love, huh?
Yeah, I mean, mostly watching Marvel movies, but yeah.
Really? Do you watch them in chronological order, or we have a long argument around like where do you watch, and do you include the old Hulk movies when you watch straight through?
So so the oldest Hulk movie that is like technically part of it isn't streaming on anything, or wasn't at that time when we were watching them.
Mm-hmm.
So we did not watch that one, but we didn't do it in like timeline order, but we did it in release order. So starting with the first Iron Man movie, and then went all the way through to the end of the Infinity Saga.
Do you feel like the newer stuff after Endgame is terrible, or do you think that it's
up and down, it's hit or miss?
So may I say, I hope this is something people care about, but I have a similar feeling about the Marvel movies that I do about the Beatles stuff. Like, I think it just captured a moment.
Yeah.
Right? Like there was something going, like they finally figured out superhero movies. And and I mean that, like, I'm much older than you, but trust me, I went to the theater to see Superman, the first one, that guy was in underwear. Okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't good. Okay. Like Christopher Reeves was like fine and all, but like, it just wasn't that great.
Yeah.
We loved it. We thought it was awesome. But, you know, oh my God, he's flying. Like he looks like he's flying. I had the same feeling when I saw Star Wars in the theater. I was like, oh my God, those are spaceships in space.
Yeah.
And like right now, you don't have those thoughts anymore because the stuff is so awesome. But anyway, like there was something that had to happen because those Marvel movies, they were like, they're coming. And even if one came out and you were like, is that a Thor movie in an RV? You don't even, you're like, this is not awesome.
Yeah.
You didn't care because you felt like, well, I know the next big one's coming, and this kind of keeps us attached to it on its way. Like it, like, you know, the first Ant-Man movie had that feeling, right? Like all that stuff.
Yeah.
But then they get to Endgame, and what happened? Did it just feel like it stopped? My son's like, they should just pick new characters, put new actors with them, and do it again. I don't know if that would work.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it's a lightning in a bottle situation. Like, I don't know if they're going to be able to get back to that.
It's just over, right?
Yeah.
And you have to wait for the next thing to organically happen.
Yeah.
To catch that again.
I agree.
Listen, I run around here all the time, and I think if you enjoyed that time, you're thanking Jon Favreau for it.
Yes, definitely.
Really is it, right? Like he's the one who's like, hey, I'm going to take that drug addict and make an Iron Man movie. Because that's how it was back then. Like Robert Downey was like persona non grata. Nobody was touching Robert Downey.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Well, you listen, there is an awesome news report of him showing up, I think, naked in his neighbor's house. So nobody's touching Robert Downey. Favreau picks, I know today in 2025, you say Iron Man, and everybody's like, I know exactly what that means. But back when they made that Iron Man movie, that was a side character nobody gave a shit about.
Oh, yeah.
That's how he got them to give him the IP to make the movie, because they were like, you wanted to do what? Fine, try it. Who cares?
Yeah, but he's perfect.
The whole thing's perfect. That Iron Man movie's awesome, right?
Yeah.
We have a lot of arguments around here if it's Iron Man 1, then Iron Man 3, and Iron Man 2, or vice versa. Arden has some pretty like strongly held beliefs about what order those movies are valuable in. It's so funny that Arden loves all that Marvel stuff because, and it does really put a thumbtack in your idea of like lightning in a bottle, because it just hit her at the right time.
Yeah.
Because if you take her to other movies that are more modern like that, like she doesn't give a shit about them.
Yeah.
Really interesting. Did you almost name your kids after Marvel characters, or was it always going to be Beatles stuff?
No, it was always going to be Beatles. Yeah. I've always wanted a daughter named Jude, like since I was a teenager.
That's awesome. Yeah. On our initial list that we made for Cole's names, that, you know, the first list where you just say every ridiculous name out loud.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. Anakin was on that list. And
That's funny. I'm a huge Star Wars fan too, but I don't think I would name my kid Anakin.
no, I know. But back then I was like, oh, that's different. You know, it got, I want to be clear, it got struck off in one of the very first, like, mark down. I don't know if everybody does this. So we made an exhaustive list of names, and then we'd like whip it out almost every night after work. And like we'd sit in the living room and we'd read them out loud, and you could just veto it. You could just go, no, I'm done with that one. Like I wanted to name a girl Madison, and Kelly was like, I am not okay with that. I was like, lost that one pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I think if I wasn't there, Kelly would have named Arden Serafina.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. So anyway, neither here nor there. But there is a name that was on Kelly's initial girls list, and then Arden shared her baby name list with us one time, and that same name was on it. I can't remember. I can't believe I can't think of what it is right now. But I thought that was interesting too, because it's not a name that we talk about around the house at all.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I'm so sorry. So you made a baby and it came out and now it has diabetes, and she's doing great and your husband's doing great, but that's not what you wanted to come on the podcast about. Like your note is so specific. It took me by surprise.
Yeah. So as much as I have tried, I cannot understand why some people are more prone to DKA than others.
Okay.
So like, like my daughter has had moderate ketones one time, and it was when she had flu B like a month ago. But other than that, like even when she was getting diagnosed, it was like trace, like, and her sugar was like 797. And they were like, yeah, nope, she's not in DKA. She's doing good. Like they literally like gave her insulin and sent us home and told us to come back in the morning.
Why is this something you think about?
I think because I see so many posts about people's kids like getting sick and going into DKA, or like so many diagnosis stories of DKA, which I know is just mainly people not noticing that the symptoms are diabetes, they're just thinking their kid is sick. Like I see things on Reddit where people are like, oh yeah, I want to try low carb. And somebody else will comment and be like, I tried doing low carb and I ended up in DKA 3 times. And so it's just like, it makes no sense to me. Like, I feel like some people just like end up there a lot. And
so Hannah,
like my kid doesn't.
Why does one person have like a low carb diet and do great on it, but another person has a low carb diet? Obviously it reduces their insulin needs, and then they end up in DKA because they're not taking enough insulin.
Yeah. Okay. It's like, I understand like why people go into DKA, but it just seems like some people are so much more prone to it.
I looked at your note this morning, but this is crazy. I never prepare for the podcast.
Oh, wow.
but
maybe it's because I messaged you yesterday, like, should I be doing something?
Yeah, you were a little panicked. That might have put it in my head. I was like, oh, maybe I should look like, what did she write in that thing? Because you're like, what should I be doing? And I'm like, doing it.
You know what it was, is I was listening to the episode that came out this week, and the lady had sent you like a list of things that she wanted to cover. And I was like, oh, I did not. What should I be doing here?
I think I know which one you're talking about. She was like over prepared. Like I think I commented in the middle of it. Like,
you did.
Yeah, I'm like, I know people think I must be doing a great job of leading this, but I'm just following her like exhaustive outline that she put together.
Yeah.
I'm just good at doing it and you not knowing I'm doing it. But I'm going to tell the truth here and tell you we're just going to look at something very quickly, because I asked your question this morning into our overlords. I said, why are some type 1s more prone to DKA, or are they not? And like, because I wondered, like, maybe you're just seeing ghosts, you know what I mean? Like maybe that's not true. And if you ask ChatGPT or other AIs really specific questions, like, hey, how come there's more people with DKA than blah, 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 it could follow the thread of the question and want to give you an answer that responds instead of thinking through both sides. What it said was, some people with type 1 are more prone to DKA, but their reasons are multifactor. So it makes a listing here: biological and physiological differences. First listing is insulin deficiency severity. People who produce little to no residual insulin as measured by C-peptide levels are at higher risk. So that's just saying, like, some people are further along and aren't making any insulin. Some people probably are still making tiny amounts of their own endogenous insulin. Those newly diagnosed or with long-standing type 1 diabetes have less beta cell function and are more vulnerable. Hormonal counterregulation. Some individuals experience stronger counterregulation responses high glucagon, cortisol, growth hormone with accelerated ketone production during insulin deprivation. Body compensation and metabolism. Leaner individuals may enter ketosis more rapidly due to lower glycogen reserves. And people with high insulin sensitivity can still develop DKA if insulin delivery is disrupted as their fat metabolism kicks in quickly. Jenny and I did I don't know if it's a pro tip about this or defining maybe, but the difference between ketones that you have from eating low carb and ketones that you have from not having enough insulin are different.
Right.
Right. So if you have a higher ketone level because you're super low carb and you're burning fat and et cetera, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be in the hospital. But the ones you brought up about people are like, I tried to eat low carb and I ended up in DKA. That's not just them saying they had ketones. They're, if we take them at their word, they had DKA.
Right.
Maybe they had such low insulin needs because they were so low carb and they just weren't using enough insulin. I don't know. This goes on. It says insulin delivery issues. Of course, like, you could have a pump malfunction. Like, those are obvious reasons why somebody could be in DKA. An illness or infection. Infections ramp up insulin requirements. Without proactive insulin increase, DKA can develop. But that's really just still talking about you're not using enough insulin for your needs.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
But like we had one situation where like my daughter woke up and she had been at 180 all night and our alarm is set at 200 overnight. So like we never got an alarm. Nobody woke up.
Right.
And in the morning I went to get her out of bed and her site was ripped out. And I was like, oh my gosh, I wonder when that happened considering you've been so high all night. And she goes, oh, do you remember last night when I jumped off the couch and I said something hurt? And I was like, yeah. She was like, it ripped off then. I just put it back on.
Hey, I stuck it back on. It was fine. Okay.
I was like, okay, so you have literally been without insulin for 12 hours. How do you feel? And she's like, I feel fine. Like no stomach ache, like nothing like that. Nope, I'm hungry. Can I have breakfast?
That's so lucky. The one time that Arden had a cannula come out, literally one time, and the whole time we've done it, I should knock on wood or something. But she woke up in the morning and she was green and not feeling good at all. And we realized that the cannula had been out for a while, but her blood sugar, I forget what exactly happened. It didn't rise right away. And then once it rose, it was overnight and we didn't get a signal. Or who knows what happens. Then you wake up and you're like, oh my God, what's going on? This is interesting. People don't like AI, some of you, and some of you do. I think you're both overreacting on either side of it. This goes into other things. It's like, hey, there's psychosocial and environmental factors. Some people don't have access to care, or they don't have access to CGMs or good healthcare support. People can get burned out and talk about things really like it's complete. Teens and young adults are at higher risk to DKA, risk to hormone surges, risky behavior, sometimes lower parental oversight. Really, like this is more thoughtful of a response than you would than I would have expected.
Yeah, same.
All things being equal and you're getting your insulin, why would somebody have ketones before another person? I think there's probably a ton of different reasons.
Yeah.
Are you just worried that it's going to happen to your daughter and you don't know what to look for?
No, I mean, I know what to look for. I think I'm just like trying to make sense of how different it can be for every person. Because it's like, intellectually, I understand like everybody's diabetes is different.
Yeah.
I think it's more of like a thought exercise for me.
Yeah, I was going to say, are we more talking about like you're a young mom with young kids who have a recent diagnosis and you're trying to game out the entirety of the next 20 years so you understand? Maybe because I'm like, I'm a very like forward thinking person. I always kind of want to be prepared for what could be coming. I already am thinking about like hormones related to menstruation and like, okay, what's going to happen if she eventually like grows up and wants to have a kid on her own? Like, how's she going to handle it during pregnancy? Like, I am always kind of thinking about what to expect in the future. Like, I would just want to be prepared. Yeah, you're worrying about the entirety of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you like that before you had kids?
Yes. Yep.
Awesome. Did you find that to be a lot of fun?
Fun is a word for it.
Do you have anxiety?
Definitely. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I was going to say, because that's anxiety, worrying about stuff that you don't can't control
Yes.
him that isn't here yet.
Yes. Yeah, my therapist loves it.
Because you're buying them a boat? Is that what's
Probably.
So you're anxious before the kids. Did you get a layer of mom with that mom guilt thing? Did that come too or no? Or were you already jacked up so much you can't tell the difference?
I was already there.
Yeah,
I was already there.
I was already there. And did the diabetes add to it, or do you really not have any ceiling left?
Yeah, no. I mean, I've had health anxiety about myself forever.
Okay.
So, this is just run of the mill.
It's just a day in my head, Scott. Okay.
Yeah.
You had health anxiety about yourself?
Mm-hmm.
What were you worried about?
Well, it's definitely just stemming from anxiety. Like, if I was anxious about something, I'd be like, hey, my heart's beating really fast. I must be having a heart attack.
Have you found yourself in the emergency room telling that to anybody?
No, I never have, because I'm like, anxiety is like in my family. So like I've seen he would kill me to say this, but whatever, he won't listen to this. I have seen my dad deal with anxiety like my whole life. And so I know, okay, this is just that. Like, I feel like I'm dying.
Yeah.
And I might be thinking to myself that I'm dying, but I know that I'm not. And if I just lay down for like an hour, I'm going to feel better.
Huh. How did it hit your dad?
He had really bad anxiety when it came to like flying. So anytime we would travel, he would just get like really like tightly wound, have a little bit of a short fuse. So it was easy to see. He also had a stressful job, which didn't help.
Oh, really? Did your mom have any of the anxiety?
No, not really. I learned like later as an adult that she frequently was like very overwhelmed about like just noise and like commotion happening around her. I didn't recognize that so much as a kid.
How did you find out about it?
Well, so I come from a big family.
Okay.
I'm one of 4 kids. My oldest sister has 6, and then my other one has 2. I have 2. My brother doesn't have kids yet, but everybody was in the house at the same time for somebody's birthday. And I am very sensitive to sounds and get overwhelmed and overstimulated like pretty easily. Mm-hmm. And I was sitting on the couch with my mom and I was like deep breathing. And she's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm just real overwhelmed right now. I'm trying to calm down." And she said, "Yeah, that's my entire life." I was like, "What?"
Well, thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Maybe you could have shared sooner.
Yeah.
So you and your mom are just in the corner, just doing the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nothing specific, right? There's not necessarily anything wrong happening. It's just there's a lot of happening.
Yeah, exactly. Too many sounds at once.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I'm so sorry to not be able to commiserate with you on that.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, I know people like that, but I don't. I just feel lucky. Honestly, that's the truth. Yeah. Like when people talk about that, I just feel so lucky that I actually don't know what you're talking about because it sounds horrifying. Seriously.
It's not great.
It's not great. Not great. Hey, Jude.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, more like Bang Bang Maxwell's Silver Hammer.
That's what it sounds like in the room when everybody's there. Yeah. Oh my God. Did you almost name the kid after the raccoon? No?
Rocky was on the list for him.
It had to be. I mean, there's limited options.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, our list for him was Maxwell, Rocky, and Rigby. And my husband right away was like, "We are not naming him Rigby." So it was between Rocky and Maxwell.
Yeah,
for a little bit.
Rigby's tough. I don't know how you're pulling that off exactly.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Beatles song that nobody knows is a Beatles song?
I love Something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something in the way. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense to me. I like the one about being up on the hill. What's that song? Why can't I think of it? Fool on a Hill.
Oh, yeah.
I think I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, do you prefer the more artistic Beatles later or the beboppy ones from the beginning? I
really enjoy a mix. Like, I even like the experimental stuff, like Norwegian Wood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
Most people are like, "What the heck with that?" But I enjoy that. All of it's pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. It's hard to find a bad Beatles song, honestly.
Yeah. Agreed.
Every once in a while, like one will come on and I'll be like, "I didn't know. How did I not know this was a Beatles song?" But there's so few of them for the mass amount of like their catalog is so big.
Totally.
You know, I think my least favorite time is when Paul McCartney got into the 80s by himself. Like, and still some of those songs are really good. But it gets a little like,
I gotta say, the worst Christmas song though ever is a Paul McCartney song.
What is it?
Oh gosh, what is it called? I can like hear it in my head, but it's like it's like synth-ish. Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time.
Oh,
I hate it. It's the worst.
I would have to say that's my thought too, is that when McCartney gets into more electronic instruments, like I don't find that very musical.
Yeah.
That part hurts me a little bit. Did you watch the documentary of the making of the last album that the Lord of the Rings boy made?
Which one was that?
Hold on a second.
Oh my gosh. I think I know what you're talking about. Was it on Disney?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, it was really good.
It was. I agree.
I found it so sad to think of like to watch them all in that room and realize like this is the end of the Beatles right here. Right?
Yeah.
It's happening right now. They are falling apart. And it's just, I don't know. I found it very strange. And then because it just leads to I don't know if they would have kept going. Maybe the next album would have been garbage. Like, I have no idea, you know?
Yeah.
But
I find it best not to question. Just
it's
it is
okay.
what it is.
It's okay that it went this way.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't imagine that 50 years from now, people are going to be like, I was watching that documentary about Doechii. I really found it sad about how it was all falling apart at the end.
Yeah, no, people, no. I don't think that's going to happen.
That anxiety song is catchy.
I was just going to say. Yes, theme song to my life.
Isn't that even interesting? Like her pathway to like you getting her music is TikTok.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
It is weird.
Yeah.
But also she grew up and went to high school like 30 minutes from me. So.
Oh, really? Oh, did you know about her before the rest of us?
I did not before the rest of us, but because she's from Tampa, like, her name is like out there. Yeah. So yeah, maybe just before she got like, Grammy famous, but yeah.
Tampa's a wild place, no?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Where are you from? Are you from there originally?
I am from here originally, yeah. Wow. My husband is from New Jersey, and so he's like, we got to get out of here. We got to go back up there.
Do you call it tamper? Do you call it tamper when you say it?
No.
But that's colloquial, right? Like tamper?
I've never heard anybody say it like that, honestly.
The person I heard it was a real hillbilly, so that might be why.
Yeah.
So your husband wants to retreat? He wants to come back north?
Yes, and I would love to also do that. I have never liked Florida.
What's wrong with Florida? Tell me.
First of all, it's hot.
All the time?
All the time. There's maybe 3 weeks of like semi-decent weather. It's terrible. It's so humid. Not to get political, but like we are very, very left leaning.
Your politics don't fit with where you're at?
Yeah, it's not, we don't really jive with the politics in Florida.
You're up in Tampa, but let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Why are the Florida Keys not a more popular vacation destination? Isn't it really like being in the Bahamas, but still being in Florida?
I've actually never been there, so I don't know.
I keep wondering because sometimes I hear it's not a very safe place.
Yeah, that is my understanding as well.
No, it sucks because, man, what a gem. Like, we have our own Caribbean islands. Like, we just don't like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's really an island. Is it a peninsula or is it only connected by
It's a series of small islands.
Okay. That's connected by an actual road, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Crazy technology.
It is crazy.
Of course it's crazy. We were like, hey, there's a bunch of islands out there. We'll build a road to it. Who thought of that? What crackhead is like, I could build a road on the ocean?
Yeah, I don't know. They did it though.
No, it's amazing. Like there's another one somewhere up north and it goes over like such a long body of water. And all I can think when I'm driving over is like, everybody's like, what if we fall in? We're going to die. And I'm like, what if we fall in? Who did this? How did they get that pillar into the ground? This is amazing.
Yeah, I know. And there's a road that goes underground. I think it's either England or France, or maybe it goes from England to France. I don't remember, but yeah, it goes underneath the ocean.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's crazy.
I just think it's amazing. And then, you see that done And then you like look up and you're like, we can't figure out healthcare. I'm like, you can't figure out healthcare.
Yeah.
There's a road in the ocean. Give that guy the problem. He'll figure it out in 5 seconds, or her, whoever ends up being. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Oh, this is crazy. All right. Have you ever found anything that's made your anxiety better?
Yes. Running and yoga.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Measurably different.
Yes. Yep. When I don't, I definitely like feel my anxiety heighten. I have less patience, which is, tough having 2 little kids.
Yeah.
So I really need to make sure for myself that I do those things.
Running and yoga.
Mm-hmm.
And a measurable benefit to your life.
Yeah.
Why do you not do it then all the time?
Well, it's hard to find the time sometimes, but I do try to get up early before work, before anybody else is awake, and try to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it doesn't happen that way, but I try.
Yeah. Every day my life is thwarted by somebody else. I came home last night and I walked in, and my son and my wife are like I think they're in the living room, like watching videos together and laughing. They look delighted. They're just laughing. They look up at me and they're like, what's up? And I'm like, I don't want to complain. And my wife's like, yeah, don't complain. I was like, I didn't even stop myself. I should have just kept going. But it was like, how could it be that without people, my life would be sad and lonely? And with people, my life is very frustrating.
Yeah, yes. Because that is the human condition.
Why is there no middle ground on this? Like, why can't you all just chill out and be cool?
Yep. Yep.
She's like, who do you mean? I'm like, at the moment, I'm just talking about the girl at the counter at Walgreens. But I was like, but all of you, I love you guys, but you're killing me.
Uh-huh.
And I'm sure they feel the same way about me. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like otherwise, but like,
yeah,
it's just like, what a weird mix of like whatever this is. Like every problem I have is from another person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mine are mostly from myself, but also other people.
Hannah's like, I don't actually have time to get to the problems other people are giving to me because I am heaping so many of them on myself. Life in the way, you can't do the things that help your anxiety. I don't know how to like ask this question. Does the boy have anxiety too?
Worse than me.
Is that how you found each other?
I mean, maybe. Partially. It was definitely something we bonded over.
I imagine 2 tuning forks shaking, but when you hold them together, they stop eventually.
Yeah. I mean, I think we are able to really balance each other out a lot of times. Like, typically, we're not both anxious at the same time.
Okay. Why do you think that is?
Or like if we are, usually the person who's more anxious like gets to have that moment. The other one pulls it together and is the support person.
Oh, that's interesting. So you can hold it together, vice versa, like for the other person?
Yeah.
I think the whole thing's just inflammation connected.
I mean, I would not disagree with that.
I do wonder if I wonder if they're going to figure that out ever. Like,
yeah.
There's that story about when whoever they is, maybe I'm completely wrong about this, but it's a story I've heard, right? Like, so that when they first came up with steroids, just like, like a Z pack, or not a Z pack, but like a steroid pack you would get, right?
Yeah.
When they first came up with those, they thought they had fixed mankind.
Mm.
They were like, these things are magic. You don't feel sick anymore. You have more energy. You have more clarity, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
They didn't realize you couldn't take them forever. And when you came off them, there'd be this horrible rebound that would go the other way and everything.
Right.
But for like a half a minute, they were like, oh, we did it. Like, this is it. We fixed humans and their problems. Meaning that all those years ago, people were still thinking about the same exact thing they're thinking about today. We're talking about it differently. Like, oh, there's inflammation. And like, have you heard that I heard somebody went on a GLP and their inflammation went down and this got better for them and blah, blah, blah. Like, that really does seem like it's such the crux of the problem for so many different people. Like your kid probably ends up with type 1 diabetes, somewhat related to inflammation.
Yeah.
That kind of like hand in hand that autoimmune and inflammation have together. Celiac, Hashimoto's, arthritis, lupus, like these things are like, they chronically attack your body. There's an immune activation, blah, blah, blah. Like, I clearly don't understand the whole thing, but like, I talk to so many people. I genuinely think, let me start over, Hannah, that if I started another podcast and didn't talk to people who had type 1 diabetes, I would not hear people bring up anxiety as much.
Yeah.
That's my guess. So,
yeah.
I don't know. It sucks. And then people start talking about like your gut health. Like, have you ever tried to attack it that way?
I mean, I guess probably. I am currently like working through some like, it's very important to me to have a healthy relationship with food and bodies for my kids because that's something I didn't grow up with.
Okay.
In the past, I have like kind of been down those like quote unquote wellness rabbit holes and like tried to be a vegan and be vegetarian or whatever it is, try whatever new thing I see. I honestly gotta say nothing has really like helped.
Yeah. It's frustrating. It really is. Yeah. What was I going to say? There was that documentary actually that I always give Rob crap about other stuff, but let me give like Rob, the editor, he set me up with this documentary one time and it was about gut health. Right. Yeah. And so at some point in the documentary, they tell a story about how they did like fecal transplants with people. So, all right. And this might get hippy dippy for some people, but you know, so this woman, she wanted to try to take a fecal transplant from another person. They put it in capsules. You take it, you're seeding your gut with like somebody else. Anyway, it's a thing for real. Trust me.
Yeah, no, I know. There's some decent science behind that actually.
So then she does it from like, I forget what it was, her boyfriend or her brother, one or the other.
Yeah.
I don't remember which. The first person she does it with is an anxious person and she's not anxious. And she takes the fecal transplant and develops anxiety.
Really?
Yeah. So then she switches to the second person, the brother or the boyfriend or whatever, like to another person. And then all of a sudden the anxiety goes away, but she has another issue that the brother has. And I'm like, and I know I'm forgetting the details at this point now, but trust me, that's the gist of it exactly.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to tell you that 4 weeks ago, Arden, who has like already has giant tonsils, like Arden's tonsils look like chicken hearts in the back of her. Like they're huge, right? And she gets tonsillitis a lot.
That's terrible.
Yeah. So she made a decision on her own a few weeks ago that she's going to have her tonsils removed in August. And this is not going to be fun. They like lightsaber them off. They have to crust over and scab. They can't really tie them off or anything. Like you have to drink like soft liquids for 2 weeks. Like it ain't good. Okay.
Yeah.
But she's been through it so much that she's going to do it. It's her decision. She wants to do it. We're, supporting her. We're taking care of it.
Yeah.
Because she's been sick so many times. But a month ago when she got tonsillitis out of nowhere, the doctor gave her I think she went to urgent care and they gave her amoxicillin.
Okay.
In 48 hours, her acne was completely gone.
Really?
She hadn't been on amoxicillin in a very, very long time. So this is like a data point, right? So I just looked at her one day. I'm like, your acne is completely gone. And she goes, yeah, I feel like I remember this happening one other time when I took amoxicillin. And I'm like, really? And I was like, okay, all right, remember that. Now, 3 days into the tonsillitis, she's not better. So the doctor's like, okay, well, I guess amoxicillin's not going to cover it. They gave her a broader spectrum antibiotic, which, by the way, also didn't stop the tonsillitis. She ended up a week later in the emergency room getting IV antibiotics. It was really terrible. Okay.
Yeah.
Which is why she's getting her tonsils removed. But this is neither here nor there. So just yesterday, we went to a dermatologist. And I said, like, look, here's all the things Arden's tried. Like, she's got type 1. She probably has PCOS. She probably has this. Right. She probably has this and that, all these things. Blah, blah. Here's the things we've done. Here's everything we've done. And we've noticed a change. And I even told her, I said, at one point, she, when she started using a GLP, I said, Arden basically microdoses a GLP for insulin resistance.
Yeah.
And it also helps her with like the PCOS symptoms. But I've also seen her acne get better, but not perfect, just better. Yeah. And I said, so I'm willing to believe that that's inflammation being reduced. And so her acne gets a little better. I'm like, but trust me, I looked at the woman because I think she thought I was crazy for a second. And I said, look, my kid's had type 1 diabetes since she was 2. My son's got Hashimoto's. My wife has the hypothyroidism. I said, Scotty's paying attention. Okay. Like I'm really looking hard. I'm not making this up. I'm telling you that amoxicillin, boom, shut off her acne. Just did. And I said, and now she's been off it for a while and it's starting to come back again. And I'm like, and I looked at her and I went, that's gut health, right? Like it's maybe a little inflammation because yes, it can help with inflammation, but like it's gut health, isn't it? And I watched her really, really think. I saw that I was taking her outside of like the zone that she usually works inside of.
Right.
She goes, I'd have a hard time arguing with that. And I was like, okay. And I said, so is there anything topical you can give her that has is antibiotic based? And she goes, oh, you know what? Yeah, there is. And I was like, cool. I'm like, can she get that, please? And like, you know, because like the rest of it, like she's done everything. Like it dries you out. It goes away for a little bit. It comes back worse, like that kind of stuff. Like, nothing's ever really worked for her. She's like, yeah, I mean, that makes total sense to me. And she's like, of course you can't take amoxicillin forever. I'm like, no, I'm not saying that. I'm like, but this is a data point. Like we changed Arden's gut drastically quickly and her acne. I'm not kidding you, Hannah. It's just gone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's the answer right there. And then I thought,
you would think.
but how do you like fix that? Do you know what I mean? Like, because her body obviously goes in a direction. So like we're trying like some like high quality probiotics to hopefully like reseed things in a more positive way. But I don't know how long it'll stay like that or not. Or is your anxiety in your stomach? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I don't personally have a ton of like GI issues. My husband definitely does, and he always has. And I have wondered that about him, if his is related to his gut health.
You're like, what do you do? Like, how do you like, because we ran into this by mistake, obviously. The tonsillitis brings on the amoxicillin. By the way, I'm not telling everybody, go take amoxicillin and see if you're, it's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that this was a very specific pathway that we got to this idea. And I don't know if it's going to work out, but like, that's the other thing too, is like when we left there yesterday, I could see it on Arden's face. She's like, this isn't going to work. Yeah. Like, you know, like, it's just like you said that earlier. You try things and you try things and you try things. They don't work. Eventually you just give up and you go, I guess this is it. Like, I guess this is what happens. Yeah. Yeah. So.
Yeah. It is interesting because you think, you know, like everybody's body is a little bit different, and, you know, you have your predispositions to certain things, and it's hard to know what is going to work, or if anything will.
And they're going to figure it out 5 seconds after I die. I know it.
Yeah, probably.
I know I'm going to drop that. They're going to be like, oh, it was a switch. It was under your toe. We found it.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm like, oh, awesome.
They're actually waiting for you to die.
Yeah, they're waiting for me to die so that they can like, but there are people who believe that, you know, that one day you'll have a box attached to you and you'll just turn all the dials and move everything to where it's supposed to be and things will just work.
I mean, maybe. You never know.
Well, wouldn't that be crazy? Like, isn't that what a GLP is, though, for some people?
Yeah,
like, right?
Definitely.
We just use these medications in such a crude way still because we don't really, I mean, I don't think we have the technology or the understanding to like just give person. I guess what I'm saying is that there are a lot of people on GLP medications and they're on standard doses because we've figured out like these are safe and they seem to work in a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Those amounts are not, they're not right for everybody. It's a lot like insulin, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, you got, you know, except insulin, because you're getting the feedback so quickly, you can figure out what your settings should be if you're kind of paying attention to it. So,
right.
Hannah, have I bored you to death? Are you done? No? You're done with me now?
No, not at all.
I have to record again in a little bit. I'm going to have to say goodbye.
Okay.
Because I'm doing a follow-up with the mom whose daughter, her teenager, went on GLP for weight. And then their insulin needs almost completely went away.
Oh, wow.
So I'm doing a follow-up with her because her kid's story, like I keep in touch with her through text messages. But if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to get on the phone, or I'm going to get on the call today recording and learn that this kid is now using like a unit of basal a day.
Oh, wow.
Down from 70 units of insulin total every day.
Holy.
Isn't that crazy?
That is nuts.
That's one of the things, like, it's obviously a very specific thing to this person. Like, I'm not telling you, like, if you go on GLP, you're not going to need any insulin. I'm genuinely not saying that. But, like, it's happening to this one person. And she has type 1. She has markers for type 1, like, all that. Like, it's that's not, like, in dispute. But she had diabetes for years and was up to, like, 70 units a day, was gaining weight, like, all this stuff as a teenager. The mom had struggled with PCOS in the past. They thought maybe that was happening to the kid. The mom had success with GLP, so they gave the GLP to the kid. And then her insulin needs just kept falling.
Yeah.
And I've seen her graphs. They're insane.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to talk to her and try to get a little more about that out of her.
Cool.
See where that's going. You were awesome, though. I really do appreciate this.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for talking to me.
Did I let you down? I feel sometimes I've let people down.
No,
Are you
not
sure?
at all. Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry. You started saying something. I feel like we didn't get through it completely. Do you have 5 more minutes?
Sure.
Tell me more about your relationship with food.
Oh, I grew up in a very diet culture-y type family. And so it has taken me a really long time to work through all of that. I remember going on a diet the first time when I was 8 years old. So, I've had a lot of, therapy related to it.
Yeah.
But also just even outside of therapy, my own personal, work that I've tried to do to really mend my relationship with food. Because it's important to me that my kids learn what it's like, that food is just food. We don't have to think oh, I ate ice cream, so I need to go exercise for an hour to negate that. I want them to be able to just enjoy things. Sure, understanding nutrition is important, but also we don't need to be beating ourselves up about maybe not eating the most balanced meal.
When you were younger, this come from your parents?
Yeah.
Was one of them overweight and they were always working on it or something like that?
See, that's the thing is my parents are not huge people by any means. They've definitely fluctuated, but I've seen it happen with them basically yo-yo dieting.
Okay.
My mom has really always been very normal to thin person, and my dad, I kind of have his build stockier, but definitely not he was never obese or anything.
Yeah, I hear you. Every girl's dream to be built like their dad, right?
Yeah. Totes.
Yeah.
No, I would never say that he was an obese person.
Okay. Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. But
I always remember being chastised basically about not eating enough vegetables or but mostly it was them. They did Atkins diet back in the day, Weight Watchers, they've done all of the things, and it was very they were very open about it. And so it kind of made me really self-conscious about eating in general. And one of my sisters definitely has a very unhealthy relationship with food.
Okay.
And
just been a lot. And
it's a lot. Yeah.
And then you got to get through it. And I talk to people all the time that have different eating disorders, and it just sounds it sounds like a horror.
Yeah. And especially with the type 1, I'm very conscious of the fact that eating disorders are higher in this population.
Yeah.
And I want to be very cautious of that.
Okay. Did people come up to you and say you need to lose weight? Where was it just directly to you?
Yeah. Totally. Right in my face. Hey, I'm worried about you. You should, you need to be thinner or people aren't going to like you.
Really?
Yeah.
Or people aren't going to like you?
Yeah. Because of the way you look.
Kind of, I like you. That's enough.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. But, oh, wow. Well, all right, Mom, thanks. It was awesome.
Yeah. My mom didn't say that to me. That was my dad.
That was your dad. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Good times.
Yeah. Good times.
I don't understand how you can be a parent, be in charge of the food, in charge of the activity, and have lived a life long enough to know that sometimes things just, for reasons you can't even figure out, go a certain way, and then just turn to somebody and go, you gotta eat more carrots.
Yeah.
You think that's it, Dad? You think that'll handle it to you?
Yeah. And honestly, I know from having a conversation with him, he would not even remember that he said that to me.
Yeah.
He wouldn't even remember the conversation because it's not in his mind. That's not what he was telling me.
Yeah. There's no malice in what he was saying as far as he knew, right?
Yeah.
Just the way it hits you and it sticks to you.
Yeah.
That sucks. So you're working on not having that happen for your kids.
Yes.
Awesome. Oh, that's good. Good for you. I mean, that's life is just breaking circles. So
Yeah.
you break the chain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All right. What did we say we were calling this one? Lesbian Energy?
Yeah.
I'll just tell Rob at the end. If he hears something he likes better, he can tell me. But
sure.
It's a pretty good episode title. All right.
Thank you.
Hannah, hold on a second for me. Thank you very much.
Sure. Yeah.
Dexcom sponsored this episode of the Juicebox Podcast. Learn more about the Dexcom G7 at my link, dexcom.com/juicebox. Head now to tandemdiabetes.com/juicebox and check out today's sponsor, Tandem Diabetes Care. I think you're going to find exactly what you're looking for at that link, including a way to sign up and get started with the Tandem Mobi system. Hey, thanks for listening all the way to the end. I really appreciate your loyalty and listenership. Thank you so much for listening. I'll be back very soon with another episode of the Juicebox Podcast. When I created the Defining Diabetes series, I pictured a dictionary in my mind to help you understand key terms that shape type 1 diabetes management. Along with Jenny Smith, who of course is an experienced diabetes educator, we break down concepts like basal, time and range, insulin on board, and much more. This series must have 70 short episodes in it. We have to take the jargon out of the jargon so that you can focus on what really matters, living confidently and staying healthy. You can't do these things if you don't know what they mean. Go get your diabetes defined. Juiceboxpodcast.com, go up in the menu and click on series. Hey, what's up, everybody? If you've noticed that the podcast sounds better and you're thinking like, how does that happen? What you're hearing is Rob at Wrong Way Recording doing his magic to these files. So if you want him to do his magic to you, wrongwayrecording.com. You got a podcast? You want somebody to edit it? You want Rob.